Hello everybody, you're watching Delia Cooks. I'm Delia and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to prepare for you some chicken flautas. Very simple and easy and delicious recipe. There's not a lot of ingredients. I'm just going to start with some chicken, which I boiled earlier today, and it's just boiled in a little bit of salt and a couple of cloves of garlic. And you're also going to need a couple of corn tortillas, depending on how many flautas you want to make. And I'm going to be using this Oaxaca melting cheese. This is by the brand El Mexicano. I got this one at Walmart. But you can also use, instead of this kind of cheese, you can use mozzarella cheese. This is a lot like mozzarella cheese. It's up to you. If you don't want to use either or, you can just make your chicken flautas with just chicken and rolled in the corn tortilla. But for an additional flavor, I'm using this Oaxaca melting cheese. And since I already cooked my chicken earlier, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to shred it. I'm going to go ahead and just put the cheese and the tortillas aside. And I've got my chicken right here. And all you do really is very simple. Once you let your chicken cool and everything, because you don't want it to be too hot, all I'm going to do really is I'm just going to shred it with my fingers. And you can use a fork. If the chicken's really hot, you can use two forks actually to pull the chicken apart. But in my case, since my chicken's already been cooled off, I basically am just going to just shred it with my fingers. Very simple. Doesn't take a long time. So all I'm going to do is this right here. Once I got my chicken all shredded, and by the way, I used a boneless, skinless chicken breast, and this is the chicken I'm using today. But you can use, if you prefer dark meat, by all means do dark meat. But for me, I feel like the chicken breast is a lot leaner and goes a lot better with the cheese. I feel like the dark meat makes it really, really rich. So, since it's juicier, but the chicken breast is a lot more drier, so it'll stick very well with the cheese. So yeah, I'm going to continue shredding the rest of my chicken. You're also going to need some oil because we are going to deep fry these flautas. And that's going to be the oil of your choice. If you want to use the extra olive oil, that's fine. In my case, I'm going to use canola. And that's the oil I'm going to use this time. So I'm going to go ahead and continue shredding the rest of my chicken. And we'll get going with the tortillas and start rolling the chicken in the tortilla and getting ready to fry it. So like I said, it's a very simple dish. There's nothing really hard about it. I think the hardest part is boiling the chicken, and there's nothing to that. For this piece of chicken, I think I used about 3 cups of water, and I added 2 cloves of garlic to it, and just a pinch of salt, just to enhance the flavor. And that was pretty much it. I boiled the chicken for about, I'm gonna say about 12 minutes or so, and I cut it into 3 parts, so like that it'll cook a lot faster. Instead of boiling the whole chicken breast, I cut the breast into 3 parts, so it'll cook a lot faster, and your chicken pieces are easier to shred with your fingers into the perfect size. So I'm going to continue with this, and we'll get going with the tortillas. So I've got my cheese here, and I'm just going to shred it. It's stringy cheese, kind of like the mozzarella string cheese, but I mean, you can avoid all this work by just getting some shredded mozzarella cheese, and yeah, but this particular cheese has a very good flavor. So I'm gonna continue with just shredding my piece of cheese and start stuffing the tortillas. Roll them up and fry them in the oil, and these are going to be super delicious. Besides being super fast and super easy, these are super delicious and very fast to make. You want to make them as a snack, you know, a Saturday night for dinner, or a snack while you're watching movies. Make a couple of these and just crunch on these. These are super good. Very flavorful and tasty, and I love the crunch. I actually like anything crunchy. I gotta have my crunch. Even ice cream. I'm not a big fanatic of ice cream, but when I do crave some ice cream, I like it to have either pecans or peanuts or crunchy stuff in it. I like to eat vanilla ice cream. If you've never had it, this way, vanilla ice cream with some just regular cornflakes. I get a little bowl and I add a couple of scoopfuls of vanilla ice cream and a handful of your regular cornflakes and mix them in. Crunchy. I love that crunchy stuff in there. Oh, never tried it? Give that a try. Give that a try. It's so delicious. So I'm going to continue shredding my cheese and start rolling my chicken in the tortillas. Okay, so I've got a couple of toothpicks because we are going to close our tortillas with the toothpicks. So what I'm doing is I'm getting my corn tortilla, which by the way, I warmed it up in the microwave for about, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, because I want them to be nice and pliable. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the cheese, and I'm going to try to keep it in the center, because once I fry it, I really don't want all this cheese to come out of the tortilla. So I'm going to try to place it in the center, and then I'm going to place my chicken on top of it. And you can be as generous as you want with the chicken, as long as your tortilla is going to be able to roll nice and tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll it. And since my tortilla is warm, it's going to have a little stretch to it and a little bit more flexibility to it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my toothpick right here. So like that, the tortilla will not open. And just remember that once they're done, you got to remember to take out that toothpick. And I'm just going to go ahead and stuff a couple of pieces of the chicken at the end. So hopefully the cheese is not going to come out. And I'm going to do the same at the other end. I'm going to try to stuff them really good. I want my cheese to stay in there. Don't want to lose it. So once that is done, that is it. It's not really, like I said, there's really not a lot of work to it. Just be careful, because you see my toothpick already came out there. Just remember to take them out. Take out the toothpick when you're done. So I'm going to continue rolling the rest of my corn tortillas, stuffing them with the cheese in the center. And then put your chicken in the center. And then I'm going to roll it. Try to keep it a little tight, not too much, because the tortilla will tear. And then insert my toothpick. And then just a couple of pieces of chicken at each end. And that is all there is to it. Not very complicated, and easy to make, and fast too. I mean, it doesn't take a long time, especially if you cook your chicken ahead of time. So like that, you give it time to cool off. You'll be able to work with it. And that's it. That's it, you guys. Let's go ahead and put this in the fryer. Let's go to the stove and fry these babies. Okay, you guys, I've got my oil nice and hot. I'm gonna go ahead and dump in the first flauta. Be careful when you put it in there because the oil is very, very hot. I'm gonna put my second one in there. And there you go. I've got my stove on medium high. So either medium or medium high. So I'm gonna let them fry on one side and then I'm gonna flip them over to the other side, and it doesn't take very long to cook. So I'm gonna let them fry till they get it nice and crispy. And then you can top your flautas once they're done with avocado, some Mexican crema or sour cream, lettuce, tomato, queso fresco. However you want to top them, that's up to you. I like them with everything on top. This time around, I'm only going to top them with some guacamole and some Mexican crema. You can use sour cream if you can't find the Mexican crema, but the Mexican crema is a little bit milder. It's not as, doesn't have that sour kick to it. It's a lot more bland, I guess you would say. And so I'm going to use the Mexican crema, and I'm also going to use some guacamole to top them off. So let's continue to fry them, and I'm going to let them sit for another maybe 30 seconds or so, and then I'm going to flip them. And once I get ready to flip them, I'll show you what they're looking like on the other side. Okay, so the flautas have been frying for about a minute and a half. I'm going to go ahead and flip them, and look how pretty they're looking, nice and golden. So I'm going to let them fry on the other side for about another minute and a half or so. And these babies are going to be ready in no time. So I'll let them fry for a minute and a half, and then I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, the flautas are ready. Look at this. Nice and golden. That's exactly what you want. Just drain out a little bit of the oil. I've got already a plate with some paper towels to catch all that oil. Drain them out a little bit more. And this is what they're looking like. Don't forget to remove your toothpicks when you get ready to serve them. So I'm going to let them drain for a couple of minutes and cool off for a couple of seconds because these things are super hot. I'm going to continue making some more. So I'm going to plate this in just a second and show you what they look like. Okay guys, so here you have it. Chicken flautas. Oh, and the crema that I was telling you about, the Mexican crema, is, let me show you what it looks like. Yeah, it's this right here. It says La Vaquita. It's got a little cow. That's what it means. La Vaquita, it's a little cow. This is my favorite Mexican crema. But like I said, you can use any type of crema. You can even use the sour cream if you like. So let's give this a try. God. You guys, do you like flautas? The best ones are the ones made at home. The homemade ones are the best. Because you can put as much chicken as you want. Add more cheese. Leave out cheese. Look at that. These are amazing, to say the least. Finger licking good. Very easy to make. And that one chicken breast is going to go a long, long way. You can probably make 12 or 18 or maybe even 24 flautas with one chicken breast. So give this a try, and I hope you make it. And I know you're going to like them because they are super delicious. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my recipe, and I'll see you on the next recipe. Y'all take care. Bye, everyone.